I rise today to bring attention again to the devastating drought that has impacted California for over 4 years. You know, much is said about California and the success that we've had post-World War II, but a lot of it is owed to the fact that we have developed a water system, both a federal and state water project, that allows us to move water throughout California for beneficial use to every region of California. And that has been a great success. But today, that water system is broken. It's broken because it was designed to meet the needs of 20 million people and the agriculture that we had in the 60s and the 70s. Today, we have over 40 million people in California. We have more intensive agriculture, producing half the nation's fruits and vegetables, the leading agricultural state in the nation, and demands for water for the environment that was not part of the projects in the beginning. So I have and will continue to make a priority to speak on the House floor regularly regarding the devastating drought impacts and will attempt to offer solutions both for the state and federal agencies to maximize our ability to move water through the system where it is most needed, to ensure that we also make the changes at the federal level and at the state level to fix this magnificent but broken water system today that no longer can meet all of the demands and needs that are subscribed for it. Protecting and securing reliable water supply in the San Joaquin Valley is arguably the most important issue facing the region I represent, 4 million people with 4 of my other colleagues. We worry every day about job security and the future success of the San Joaquin Valley's economy, which are directly dependent upon our access to a reliable and secure supply of water that is of high quality. The people of the Valley and the entire state of California have been directly impacted by this devastating drought in one way or another. And there are many examples of how the San Joaquin Valley has been impacted, the place that I represent. Over 600,000 acres of productive agricultural land has been fallowed, unplanted. The land in the San Joaquin Valley is subsiding because families out of devastating need are drilling deeper wells to meet their everyday needs to keep what land they can in production and permanent crops irrigated. But pumping groundwater at unsustainable rates to avoid this catastrophic impact is pulling millions of gallons of water out of the underground supply. Unemployment in the San Joaquin Valley is twice as high as the rest of the country. And in 2015 alone, California lost $2.2 billion as a result of the drought. These devastating impacts have brought many of us to pray for rain and snow in the mountains, but that's not enough. We need to fix this broken water system. And while we'll continue to hope for the El Nino year to bring additional rainfall amounts that are significantly greater than average, we know that that's not enough. With above average rainfall and snow in the mountains, San Joaquin Valley communities and farmers can now rest easy, right? No, sadly. Since October 1 in 2015, over 3.4 million acre-feet of water has gone out into the ocean. That is water that could be used in the valley and in Southern California. This is nearly 1.1 trillion gallons of water. To put it as an example, the average American uses 400 gallons of water a day. My point is that only a small amount of water is being pumped out of the Delta to move south for the San Joaquin Valley, for the farm communities, as well as for Southern California. And we have yet to recover from the devastating impacts of the drought over the last 4 years, even though we've got more water this year as a result of the El Nino conditions. The U.S. Bureau of Reclamation announced recently that even with well above average rainfall, reservoirs in California are still below the 15-year average for this time of year. And there is no federal water stored in a major reservoir in the San Joaquin Valley, the San Luis Reservoir, that would be available for water this summer. That's just not right. That is directly due to state and federal agencies' unwillingness to pump water at the maximum levels under the biological opinions that many of us believe are flawed because the science is at least 10 years old. And while weather patterns have had a great impact on the delivery of water over the last 4 years, it's only been one of the impacts. We must make a difference. We must fix this broken water system, and I will continue to update the members of the House on the challenges we face on legislation that is important to do just that. I yield back the balance of my time.